Hello, Tungsten Miner here. Today I am going to start on what hopefully isn't too terribly big a project, although not a small one. I want to learn how to fly. Let's jump in. Okay, so learn how to fly. Sounds kind of crazy, but as anybody who is familiar with Thaumcraft will tell you, that's not as crazy as it sounds, because there's a couple of very handy items that allow you to do just that. The first of them is this Thaumostatic Harness. Basically, this is a kind of backpack that you can wear, which allows you to fly. It does require power in the form of Potentia Essentia, so liquid Potentia, which is pretty easily obtained through coal. So break down some coal, you get some Ignis and Potentia, save the Potentia. So long as you got a jar of that stuff in your inventory, you'll be able to fill up your Thaumostatic Harness. The other thing is that this doesn't quite get you everything you want, because the first initial version of this is not too fast, not too powerful, has some other issues. So a thermostatic girdle is also very helpful. What that winds up making it is so that you can fly a lot faster. And you'll just burn up a little bit more fuel. So I'm going to wind up making both of these, I think. Now you notice very high instability here and high instability here. So I'm going to start with this one and see how it goes. And then we'll find out if I'm thinking it's a good idea to continue with the infusion of the other one. To prepare for this, I have made a few changes in my infusion room. So one, I've added a half slab border all the way around the room and moved a lot of the candles that I already had up onto that. I've also added a fair few more candles to be able to go all the way around. And I also took a trip and found a whole bunch more skulls, which I have now started mounting 2 high instead of 1 high on all the pillars down here. As it turns out, it is very easy to find skulls over here in the Uruk Highlands. And you can see I've made a journey here and even set myself a custom waypoint, because this waypoint is controlled by enemy players, namely the Uruks. And so, not really players, but whatever. So what I've done is I've created my own over here, which allows me to come over here with a horse, take a skirmish very quickly into the Uruk Highlands. And as it turns out, they've got big waste piles that have, well, yeah, exactly what it sounds like. But among the waste are a whole bunch of skulls. So if you're willing to dance around with the Uruks, you can actually collect a lot of skulls in a very short amount of time. So let's start getting all the materials together. I'm going to go grab a few things and be right back. Okay, I have gathered the raw materials here. So we got a redstone comparator, 2 greatwood planks, 2 air shards, 2 gold ingots, and 2 iron ingots. So that gets us pretty much all of the things that go on the pedestals around the outside. Now we need to see about my Essentia. So Iter, Machina, Potentia, and Voltus. Let's take a look. Voltus, I've got 39 out of 32. Yes, okay, good. Machina, I know I have some somewhere, or maybe I don't. Okay, so I'll have to get some of that. I don't have quite enough Potentia, so I'll have to make some more of that. I know I had Voltus somewhere. Or maybe I didn't have that either. I know I've been using it for some projects, but evidently I didn't make any left over and it's all gone. So I'm going to go get some materials together to make up the Essentia that I need. Iter, I think I had... Oh, I've got the Voltus right here. Okay, so Voltus is fine. Iter is fine. Come on. And so that means I need Machina and Potentia. And I don't think I have any Machina at all, and I have not quite enough Potentia. So let's go grab some things here. So Machina, as it turns out, you can get, here we are, from a whole bunch of things. Redstone, not the least of which, but even simple levers, kind of anything that is redstone powered. So looking at this, levers and pressure plates look pretty good. Everything else is a bit more expensive. The problem, of course, is that some of these devices will give you some extra stuff. So let's start by working on a lever and see. Pure Machina, perfect. Okay, so I'll make a bunch of levers. That answers that question. And then Potentia is very easy to get from coal. So I think I'll just grab some charcoal and bring that over. And that should give me that. So I'm gonna make some levers and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I have fed a whole stack of levers into the alchemical furnace. Figure at this point I've got plenty of storage, so I generally try to make extra of whatever it is that I'm making so that I've got it available for next time. And I've got a bunch of charcoal here, which will fill up a big chunk of that jar. The other thing charcoal produces is Ignis, and I've actually got a full jar of Ignis. So knowing that I'm going to add 32, I'll need 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those to make some space. And this is what I've been doing, at least for the time being, to give myself some extra room. So here you can see I've got some extras of various kinds of things over there, and I can just drop them right back into the jars very easily when I find that I need them. So I've been kind of giving the crystallizers a break because now I'm moving on to a stage where they're not as helpful. Okay, so I have finished with the levers. Now we're breaking down some charcoal to get Ignis and Potentia. And I've got the valve open to just fill up my jar of Potentia directly. So I made a bit extra Potentia. Of course, I'm going to need some for actually creating this thing, but it's also the fuel, bear in mind. So I'm going to save off a bit extra so I can go and test the thing once I've created it. Okay, so let's double check that I've got everything I need. I have 2 iron ingots, yes. 2 gold nuggets, yes. Redstone comparator, yes. Great wood planks, air shard, and in the center, a leather tunic. So, 2 gold nuggets, 2 air shards, 2 iron ingots, 2 great wood planks, and a comparator in the middle. And I have a leather jerkin in the center. That's good. And now for the Essentia that I need, 16 of Itter, more than enough. I need 32 of Machina, 32 of Potentia, and 32 of Volatus. I've got double, and I've got a little bit extra, not a whole lot extra. But I think we could probably be okay. I have also decided to proactively run a power line here, basically, a VC relay, so that I've got some V's available in case things should go wrong and we produce a bit of flux. I also have in my inventory my flux scrubber, an extra VC relay in case I need it, warded jar, and Essentia tube, so I can set that whole thing up in a hurry. Let's see how it goes. Okay, we're finishing up, pulling in the last few Essentia bits. So far, absolutely nothing has gone even the slightest bit wobbly. Hopefully, we can get through this last bit and be in good shape. All right, brilliant. No problems at all. So, evidently, I have got enough stabilizing agents all around here to be able to handle, I believe that was a high instability reaction. So, how does this thing work? Well, you right click when you're not facing anything and you get this little slot in an inventory, and that's where your fuel goes. So, for example, I can grab that jar of Potentia. I'm going to refill it a bit because I have some extra here. So open that, open that. And since one has a label and one does not, The one with the label has more suction than the one which does not have a label, and it will just pull the Essentia out of the unlabeled jar. I'm going to take this thing, drop that in there, and I need to check my key bindings. Okay, so this is what I was looking for, activate hover harness. This thing starts using fuel as soon as you turn it on, so I want to make sure that I don't have it turned on and burning up fuel any earlier than I need to. So we can see I've got a meter in the far left that shows how much fuel I have remaining. I'm also going to grab my boots of the Traveler because they prevent a little bit of fall damage, and I suspect I might have some problems with that. So now I turn on my harness with the H key. You can see the meter has started to buzz, and I hold down my spacebar and I can fly. I can't fly very fast, but I press the shift key to go down, and I'm still burning fuel because I did not turn off my harness. Press H, harness is off, and now I can only jump as high as I normally jump using Boots of the Traveler. Press H again, and now I can fly. I can hold down my control key to make it look like I'm running. Normally that would make you run, but you don't actually go any faster in this case. And I turned off my harness now that I'm at the top of my tree here. So I have taken the very first steps towards flying, but as I mentioned, there are a number of other things I can do. First of all, this thermostatic girdle will make me go a lot faster. And then second, you can actually enchant these things so that you can put like a haste enchantment on the thermostatic harness itself, and that will make you go a whole lot faster. And since it's cool, it has this very nifty effect of showing you how you fly. Oops. Very hard to steer when you're in this view. And it does arc a bit as you get closer to other things. And then turn it off. Okay, so Thaumostatic Harness. And now I can fly, at least in a little bit. So future projects will include making that thermostatic girdle. There's a different way to be able to do enchantments, which allows you to get specific enchantments. So rather than setting up a book farm, I will be able to specifically choose different enchantments and be able to fly a whole lot faster. So first steps. Anyway, that's it for now. Talk to you later.